How did you have the conviction to take that risk of, I believe you're working as a waiter and then putting half of your money into crypto at the time? How did you know or think that that was going to be a thing in the future?
I didn't. I looked at Bitcoin. First, I tried to understand it. My first thought was it's expensive when it was sitting at a couple $100s, because I was comparing it to penny stocks that I was looking at on Robinhood. I'm like, whoa, this is expensive. But then I started to begin to understand, what is money? Why is Bitcoin important? And I just started buying it. Bitcoin wasn't my biggest allocation, nor is it my biggest allocation, nor is it my biggest holding, but it's what got me introduced into the ecosystem. From there, I got introduced to XRP, I got introduced to Cardano, I got introduced to fucking XLM, all the OG coins. I remember buying Tron, which was crazy, sub 1 penny, went to like $1.80 in the 2017 bull run. We were doing like 100X's in a couple weeks, but I lost it all. I lost all the money that I made in the first bull run because I fell into the psyop of hold on for dear life, hodl your bags, moon boy this, moon boy that. And I didn't treat the markets for what the markets were, which is a place to come and make money. And I don't see Bitcoin as, right now, as anything more than another place to hold money. Over the period of human history, this idea of having one global currency never really existed. There were always fractionalized notes. If you begin to evaluate how banking worked inside the United States, different banks would issue their own reserves and different states would issue their own notes. Eventually, that all kind of got institutionalized, put together, JP Morgan, a lot of collaborators, and the dollar that we have today kind of took over, the petrodollar. I think we're beginning to notice the fractioning again of where people like to hold their value and hold their money. To say that not holding your dollars is like a bad thing, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, because the United States is still the superpower of the world. They are the military superpower of the world. They are the imperial power of the world. And holding their currency versus holding any other currency wins over Singaporean dollars, over Swiss francs. At an inflation level, the dollar still wins.
How about something like gold?
I can't tell you a lot about gold because I'm not very familiar with it. I hold physical gold under the premise that I like to have physicality, right? I want an asset that is physical that I can hold on to. I also want digital assets. I want Bitcoin because I can't take $100,000 worth of gold overseas. I get stopped, right? They'd be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You laundering money? Yeah, I can take a hard drive and just go overseas and hand it to somebody. It's $100,000. That's what I like about this type of currency. So the goal of currency is to protect yourself. 2 is to find opportunity for appreciation. Opportunity for appreciation. And 3 is not losing your purchasing power. And that's the big thing that we're noticing today, is the purchasing power of people's money is being reduced. And that's where people don't realize that they're entering into slavery. It's this debt cycle, right? This cycle of living off of what you have. And okay, perfect, but now you got double the salary, but perfect, they just printed twice the amount of bills. So you're technically just still in the same situation. You just have more numbers. That's why a lot of people are flexing, oh, you have $1 million in the bank account. Yeah, but bro, do you know how much it costs to buy a house? Like if you were to buy a house cash, your bank account would be depleted by 50%. You're not that rich, right? So